Let's finish with the Hokies, who a lot of people are high on. We know Hokie fans are high on Virginia Tech and excited. I was just in Blacksburg, by the way, for college game day, and it was electric. So it's
KG,
a
when are you
great
not
fan
in
base.
Blacksburg? When are you not in Blacksburg?
I should literally get an apartment.
No,
Okay,
can I ask you a very insidery question that is
sure.
going to be the point in this show that everyone listening or watching tunes out? Have you ever, for work, gone in and actually like accounted your hours to the specific states in which you were working, like we're supposed
Oh,
to? Because I have
Whoa.
never
Hey,
ever done
hey.
that in my
Hey,
career. Okay.
hey, don't bring
I
that
mean,
up.
I always do it.
David.
I always do
We're
it.
done.
All right.
We're done,
All
dude.
right.
You
David,
just ruined all of
we're
us.
gonna have
We're
to clip
done.
that out.
Edit this part out. Yes.
The only people who will get that are people who work for ESPN. Okay. So, Virginia Tech, I have them actually on my list. Not the easiest, but I think one of the easier, more manageable schedules. I think Syracuse's schedule is the easiest. North Carolina is probably right there. And I think SMU's is definitely manageable. But let's look at Virginia Tech. They open at Vanderbilt, which is interesting. And
Powerhouse.
their first four games are
SEC power.
I mean, look, SEC, ACC, get that dub.
Yep.
Vanderbilt, Marshall, Old Dominion, at Old Dominion again. Why?
Well,
Rutgers.
nothing bad has ever happened there for Virginia.
I know.
Bring your own locks.
Rutgers,
Bring your
who
own
they
locks.
lost to last year, and then you have Miami on a Friday night, I believe it is, and then you go to Stanford. So, look, you're probably favored in most of those games. It's just kind of weird. You have 4 road games before your bye week on October 12th, and then you only have 2 road games left. It gets a bit, you have Clemson on there, but I think you have a ton of winnable games afterwards. So, with all the hype for Virginia Tech, they really have to weather the beginning of that schedule.
If Virginia Tech just wins the games in which they theoretically on paper are the better team, I think they're 10-2 this year. Like that's just winning the games that you probably should be favored in. And like,
hold on. What are the losses? Miami and Clemson?
short week at Miami and then versus Clemson. Yeah, I mean, those are going to be, I think, 2 really tough games.
Come on, man. I love that.
And look, so I talked to
Are they in the playoff? Are they 10-2 in the 12th seed?
Part of this is my frustration with the playoff being at 12 is like you should have to beat either Miami or Clemson to be in that conversation.
Right,
it's like how
right.
Penn State would have been in last year without beating either Michigan or Ohio State. You didn't play anybody else that was going to beat you.
Yeah.
So, so I will say this of Virginia Tech: it's a quirky schedule, and so I think, as you point out, Kelly, that leaves things open to chance. I talked to Brent Pry at the end of last year, right before the bowl game, and he was saying, like, boy, I look back and I'm so frustrated by September and early October because we're such a better team now. And if we had the team that we have now at the beginning of the season, where would we be? Well, this is their chance to prove that because it's basically a very similar I mean, you can't lose Old Dominion and Rutgers type of games if you want to be taken seriously as a program. And the narrative last year, because of the way the season unfolded, was that like, oh, that was a different team and now they're much better. Well, now you got to go rubber meets the road, prove it. So look, I tend to think this is a pretty good team. They have brought back so many guys. I think Brent Pry is a great fit there as a head coach, just in setting the personality and the approach to the program wants to have. But again, you got to go do it. We've seen Virginia Tech lose way too many of these games, including losing and getting your locker room robbed in Norfolk a couple of years ago. So until you show me a trip to Norfolk that doesn't end in epic disaster, I'm not writing off anything.
That's right. I'm with you. I'm also with you on 10-2, baby. Come on.